Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Hummel. It's the Tier 6 German SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Halluf Encounter, and it's under the command of 27BAGPUSS of REBRN. And I think you saw an improved rammer, a gun lane drive, and a camo net. Game on! Well, he's got the stock howitzer, which of course is the correct howitzer for this vehicle. It doesn't have quite the range of the Top Gun, but it certainly does have accuracy and fast reload. Because of course it's the same howitzer they use on the Gorilla. Okay, aiming for the center, waiting for one of the enemy to pop up. If they do come into the center, it's more than likely we're going to spot them. He can fire over there, and he does, towards the cap area. He's decided to relocate. He's having a quick look from here. He can hit the M4A1, who's actually just sitting on the other side. Now, he should be able to get a shot on that guy, because this howitzer is very, very accurate. And he can just about make out the vehicle as he goes up the slope. Round south. Yes, he does. He gets a reset. And he also stunned the AMX ELC BIS at the same time. Now, see what damage you can do. That guy appears to have the 90mm gun because he's got the muzzle brake at the end of the barrel. Fires another one in. And yes, 150 hit points off the ELC. Now, whoever was on our side of the cap area has now left it, which means that, yes, we're, unfortunately, the enemy's capping. In fact, we lost our platoon mate, which was Waldnaz Noe, in the Bursa. In the meantime, that T-52 is making a beeline for the water. Okay, we think he's in that corner, just on there. The AMX ELC. If this splashes him, we'll get a reset. And it does get a reset. 19 capture points reduced. If we keep doing that, then he might get a defender medal very shortly. But there's now 3 in the cap, so obviously we do need to pump as many shells in there as we can. And because we've got the stock howitzer, we can do that, and fairly quickly. Didn't get a reset there, but we did note or see the FB304, and he's now getting hit and reset. And he's a one-shot. So now we should be able to... Oh, he goes down. So he's out of the game. In the meantime, we fire into that corner and we don't get anything from that. So obviously it didn't find the target. Well, the cap's been blocked for the moment. Our KV-1's gone in there. In fact, he is taking fire from up on the hill. So that's not so good. We can't get a shot in on that KV-2. We can hit this one. We'd be better off going for the resets. I believe that's the same M4A1 that was in the cap area a short while ago. And he's weaving to avoid getting hit. Meanwhile, the ELC is in that spot. Rounds out. Oh, it hit the rock base. It didn't get down to the ground to get the ELC. But he is a one-shot, so if a shell lands next to him, he will expire. Almost loaded. Rounds out. Yep, he's out the game. And we got 20 capture points from that one, so that was particularly valuable. We've reset it all the way to the start. Now, Viz 44 won on this corner. And it's a direct hit. He won't be happy about that. And they're capping again. They're pretty insistent. Okay, KB2 forcing our VK to pull back. Okay, so there's two of them. And that's a direct hit on the engine bay, and that was a good strike for 200 hit points. There's that M4A1 again. Lined up, rounds out. Well, it did stun him, so at least that's something. Can we get this kill? The KV1's gone around the corner to try and get the kill. And unfortunately, he's got wiped out instead. Rounds out. Yes, that was a good solid hit. We've only got a one Tiger P in that corner at the moment, holding back all of the enemy tanks up on that corner. There he is, and he is a platoon mate as well. And yes, that's more damage and another reset. Unfortunately, though, we lost the Tiger P. So somewhere around that corner. 3 in the cap now, so there's plenty of them. The M4A1 is a one shot. The KV1, well, we'd need a couple of shots to get rid of him. But we're loaded. Rounds out straight away. And that's another kill. And he does have a defender medal now. Still 2 in the cap. One of them supposedly might be an M10. If so, then obviously that's a very thin-skinned vehicle and you can penetrate it. There's the KV1. Almost loaded again. Rounds out. And he gets another kill. That's 3 kills now. All of them have been in the cap. As far as we know, the one tank that's actually still in the cap area is an M10 RBFM. None of our guys are close enough to spot now, but the M10 has suddenly been picked up. I think the KV1SA may have seen him. Oh, he's killed that guy as well. So that's 4 kills in the cap. I think he's earned a medal. So it's suddenly gone quiet. Our E25 might be about to spot the KB2. 4 on either team. Our team has 2 Arty. One of them is a Fifi, the 105 LFH 18B2, and the other one, of course, is 27BAGPUSS and Hummel. And the enemy is capping again. Now, their tanks in this game are a KV-2, a Burza, and a Viz 44-1. Going for the Burza. Rounds out. Direct hit. 170 off that one. In fact, the Burza just got wiped out by the 105 LFH 18B2, so he's got a kill. In fact, he's got 2 kills so far in the game. 3 enemy tanks remaining. It's not sure where the KV-2 is, or the Viz 44-1. But we do know the E25's relocating, so it'd probably be worth our while to relocate down into the valley as well, because it's unlikely that the enemy heavies are actually going to be reversing and going back to their own area and coming up along the valley. So we might as well use the bottom of the valley to shoot at any enemy tanks that go into the cap. Oh, just saw the tracer coming from the enemy Arty, which happens to be a gorilla. E25's going Arty hunting. Now we're having a quick look from above. He wants to get a bit closer. You see, 27BAGPUSS has 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of his Hummel. He's bound to be somewhere near the village, because we saw the trajectory of the shell. It came from that direction. But if you get too close to the hills above, it'll block the shot. You won't be able to get the shell onto the target. And in fact, the gorilla has suddenly been spotted. And I think he is a little too close now, but the E25 gets the kill on him. Well, this is unusual. He's going to cap. I say it's unusual because not every Arty will actually try and cap, especially on an encounter battle like this where you don't know where the heavies are. And one of them has been found, and he's actually nearer to our spawn area. Okay, I want to stop him getting near our Arty. We need to pull back a bit because we're too close to the edge. We went too far forward. And now we've lost sight of that guy. So our KV-1SA needs to help us. Or in fact, actually, we've got sight of him now. He's a one shot. And now he's out the game. And that's 5 kills for BAGPUSS. Be nice if he could get a top gun. The E25 is looking for that Viz 44. And he's found him. Unfortunately, we've got no shot from this direction. And the Viz 44 did get a big hit, but I think he's going to go down to the E25. He does, and that is the end of the game. It's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for 27BAGPUSS of REBRN in the Hummel. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up getting 5, one short of getting a top gun, and 1/3 of the enemy team. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. And he got a Aslains medal, which is a rare medal. You don't see it all that often, but when you do see it, it means that you work very hard to save the enemy from capping, or stop the enemy from capping and save your team. He actually, to get the Aslains, you have to kill at least 4 enemy tanks whilst they were actually capping in a battle, and you have to do it, or enemy vehicles must be within the base circle, and you can either attempt or kill them whilst they're all capping at once or sequentially. In this case, he actually did do it sequentially, although some of the tanks were in the same cap at the same time. And on top of that, he got a defender medal because he reset the cap at least, getting 70 defense points in the process. His win rate was 2,508, which is a Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see he didn't get the highest damage in this one. The KV2 on the enemy team got 1,791 hit points, but he didn't get the high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest damage was the E25 on our team, who got 1,689, and that guy picked up the Pascucci's medal, so he must have killed both enemy SPGs. And the third highest was, in fact, the Viz 44-1, who got 1,687 hit points, so just 2 hit points lower than the E25 who killed him. 27BAGPUSS picked up 1,275 hit points. He was beaten by, let's have a look, 3 members of the enemy team, 3 members of his own team, which puts him 7th when it came to damage. When it came to kills, though, he was top. He got 5 kills. 4 kills went to the E25, and 3 kills went to the KV2s on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he was beaten by the E25. He got 980 base experience points, whereas 27BAGPUSS picked up 752, and the SU-100I, who got 716, was third. He fired 23 rounds. The good thing about having the stock gun is you do have the ability to fire a lot of rounds. The only problem really is that you don't get a huge amount of ammunition. You only get 27 rounds in total. So he only had 4 rounds left at the end of the game. But he put them to good use because he got 9 direct hits on the enemy and 1 penetrating shot and 14 splash. 1,275 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 80 of the enemy, killed 5, and did 286 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns. He managed to get 100 defense points by resetting the cap, and he also got 3 capture points right at the end of the game when he went into the cap. On a premium account, he actually made a profit of only 1,949 credits, but he did have to pay for consumables, so that's where most of it disappeared. And he also picked up 8,460 experience points after completing a mission for 7,332 experience points. So at least it was satisfactory. And the Aslains medal is a nice reward because, of course, he kept his team in the game by resetting the enemy. He was basically the only guy who was actually getting straightforward resets on the enemy. There were a couple of enemy tanks were killed by his teammates, but he was the one who was persistently sending shells into the cap area to keep the game alive. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.